12 News investigates a chilling warning every single caregiver and parent should know. The FBI says a violent extremist group is targeting teenagers right in their own homes.
Investigative reporter James Stratton found a case in our area. He's reporting tonight from South Suburban Franklin.
They target children doing everyday things, scrolling their phones, gaming online, and sharing videos on social media. But a network of violent predators is finding teens online, befriending them and coercing them to participate in sexual and violent extremism.
These cases are horrible to even talk about. When you get into the graphic details of some of the things that occur in these cases, it's too much to even comprehend at times.
The FBI is increasingly concerned about what they've identified as a crime network that's all about pain, terror, and causing harm. A staggering 250 FBI investigations open across the country right now in every major city. The Milwaukee FBI zeroed in on South Suburban Franklin, where they linked a 16-year-old boy to the global operation called 764. The FBI defines 764 as a network of violent extremists with goals that include, quote, the downfall of the current world order, including the U.S. government, and destroying civilized society, exploitation of youth, and normalizing the possession, production, and sharing of child sexual abuse material. Investigators followed a trail to the teen's Franklin home. Documents say the now 16-year-old used the online chat service Telegram and that he had pictures and videos as recently as last summer depicting what appears to be young females cutting his symbols and words into their skin and painting those symbols on the wall. The teen told 12 News he got involved with the wrong people and is now on the right path. He did not agree to an interview, and 12 News is not identifying him.
How widespread is this group across the internet?
I think it's fairly widespread at this point, and the concerning part is we're seeing it manifest in the real world violence.
Carla Hill works for the Center on Extremism with the Anti-Defamation League. Her team monitors extremist threats, including 764. She agreed only to a phone interview for fear she too will be targeted.
The content of this network glorifies satanic violence. So what we're seeing online is this convergence of glorified violence that overlaps with extremist content.
Records show the teen was known to Franklin police, admitting to swatting in the past and charged with reporting false emergencies. His mother said the group has since reported false emergencies to their house. Meantime, FBI tells ABC News they are increasingly worried about the sinister ways the group exploits kids.
It's really just trying to own these individuals and to have power over them. So they'll try to blackmail them basically through the child sexual abuse material. So they'll try to get the pornographic images and get them to provide those and then use those to blackmail them further.
Group members use gathered material to coerce victims into providing even more extreme and degrading content, including setting themselves on fire, abusing their pets or siblings, and even suicide, then creating edited compilations to share across the internet.
The more gore, the more violence, the more that they've victimized these kids, that raises their stature within the groups and their prominence within the groups. So it's sort of a badge of honor within some of these groups to actually do the most harm to victims.
What can I do as a parent to stop it?
I think we have to get them engaged with us, talk about how this is wrong. In my mind, you can't stop the internet at this point. You can't stop social media. But what you have to do is talk about these things and get them to understand some of these ideas are very bad and very wrong.
And James is with us here on set. James, police reported their findings after executing that search warrant.
They did. They recovered 6 cell phones, the teens' devices, laptops, phones, an Amazon Fire Stick, and an Apple Watch. Repeated requests for comment from Franklin police, they declined.
And we're also uncovering some new information about Natalie Rupp now, the teen who killed a fellow student as well as a teacher and then died by suicide. She too, according to investigators, was talking online.
She was, though no affiliation to the group that we reported on 764 has been shown so far. Madison police say she was on the internet engaging in high-risk behavior as early as 2022. Records show she was planning attacks with at least 2 other men, including one in Florida.
Some valuable information for parents, caregivers, and of course, teenagers. James Stratton, thank you.